Weather for Weather Geeks time here on the 15th day of March 2018. Beware the Ides of March here on the 15th day of the third month of the year, and it was another day that was more like the second month of the year today, with temperatures on the chilly side, even though a little bonus sunshine did allow the readings to at least get above freezing this afternoon. Now, when I recorded this video this evening a little after 7:30, we had some light snow in a lot of places, just sort of piddling in most spots, a couple of exceptions, a little bit of a heavier snow shower in southern and southeastern Trumbull County at 7:30, just east of Warren towards Howland, over towards the airport in Vienna, Brookfield, Yankee Lake, Hubbard, just north of Girard, getting a moderate snow shower there. But, in general, not a real big deal. The snow showers will continue coming and going for the next several hours here across northeast Ohio and into western parts of Pennsylvania. But, the sun was out today. It's the middle of March, and so surface temperatures, even here at around sunset, are still pretty mild, much warmer than freezing. So, 35 to 42 on average across the region. Now, of course, these will drop, and so we'll have to watch for a few isolated slick spots tonight, but accumulations are going to be modest at best. We're talking random coatings here and there, especially from Youngstown on north and east tonight. Things can certainly get a boost from the lakes, because look how little ice coverage there is on the Great Lakes, especially when compared to not that long ago, a few weeks ago, a month ago. We had a lot of ice coverage, but now Lake Erie is pretty much wide open for business for our region. Now, there is some decent concentration of ice in a small area in the eastern end of the lake, but for the most part, Lake Erie is ice-free. All right, our snow chances for your Friday. This is just flurries, so we're not expecting any accumulation here, but best chance of seeing some random flurries will be first thing in the morning on Friday. They will end from west to east as we go through the morning and into the afternoon. Might hang on to a random flurry in Mercer County for a couple of hours early tomorrow afternoon. I think the sun will try to come out as we get into the afternoon on Friday. But boy, is it going to be a cold day. Reinforcing shot of cold air tonight into tomorrow behind that front. We'll drop into the low 20s tonight, and probably not much better than freezing tomorrow, sorry. And, it's hard to get it that cold at this time of the year when the sun's out. But that'll be the case tomorrow. This is a true Arctic air mass once again, so even though we'll have that strong March sun up there in the afternoon, about 13 degrees below average tomorrow. Models are still in decent agreement that this moisture misses us to the south on Saturday morning. Probably see some high clouds from that, but no precipitation locally. Might try to get as far north as Columbus, Zanesville, Cambridge, maybe up to Dover, New Philly, Wheeling, Steubenville, but I don't think it'll come any farther north than that. And then we'll get into some sun. Actually be a pretty nice afternoon on Saturday. For St. Patty's Day, we'll get into the lower 40s, and wow, what a great day we have coming up on Sunday. A cold start, yes, probably close to 20 at daybreak on Sunday, but a pretty rapid warm-up. With high pressure building overhead, we won't have that chilly northerly breeze anymore. It's just going to be a really, really nice March afternoon on Sunday. So our weekend outlook looks like this. 42 Saturday, 49 on Sunday. Saturday, that's still below average, but that is a lot better than Friday. No better than 32 Friday, but we'll add 10 degrees onto that for Saturday afternoon. And so we've got a pretty good St. Patrick's Day weekend coming up. What about next week? I'm going to show you the latest run of the GFS model here. It shows that on Monday, let's skip ahead to Monday, we expect another fairly sunny day, probably upper 40s again on Monday. Notice the moisture gathering to our south here Monday night into Tuesday. What the models have done today, they've been trying to shunt most of this to our south. I have a small chance of mixed precipitation in our forecast for Tuesday, just in case this farther south trend is a head fake and it tries to come back north again. Wouldn't take much to bring this precipitation a little farther north, so that's something we'll keep an eye on for Tuesday. And then beyond that, it looks like we get under an upper low for a couple of days, and it just doesn't look very nice for next Wednesday, perhaps next Thursday as well. Probably some snow showers around, and this could be another nor'easter for New England. Look what the GFS does here for Boston with more accumulating snow. Probably not of the magnitude and strength of what they just had, but still, that's the last thing they want to see up there. All right, longer range, not much has changed on my thoughts here in the longer range, with one caveat. I do think that we're going to have a nice weekend this weekend. We're going to have a mild weekend next weekend for the final weekend of March. Here's a look at the temperature anomalies going out through time. Here's that chilly air mass middle of next week, but it's kind of transient. It comes and goes. So that by next weekend, here's next Saturday the 24th, the warm anomalies are building back in. and that'll probably carry us into Sunday the 25th as well. Beyond that, as we round out the month, it looks cool-ish, but keep in mind that our average highs at the end of March, in the start of April, are 50 or so. So this looks to me like a lot of days where it's in the 40s at the end of the month, and you can see some of those numbers here on the European modeling for the next 16 days. You know, here's our cool shot middle of next week, and then next weekend we could bust into the 50s. It looks like. Beyond that, you know, chilly, yes, by comparison to average, but not cold, and not the kind of cold we're gonna have tomorrow. So, you know, I think the worst of the cold overall is likely to be tomorrow. It probably won't be this severely cold middle of next week, although it will be, many degrees below average. But tomorrow, fingers crossed, could be our coldest high temperature until next season, or next late fall, early winter. Might be a little too early to make that call, but I don't see a high of 32 being all that likely again in the next couple of weeks. Now, can we have a 32-degree day in April? It's certainly happened before. But the optimist in me wants to believe that tomorrow will be our last day where we struggle to get above freezing this season. We'll see how that plays out. Thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here tomorrow for more fun and excitement, and I'll hope you check out my updated forecast tonight on 21 News at 11. Have a great night.